Let me click that and see if that doesn't help. How about now? Hey, Brooke. Thank you, Alexei. Congratulations, Brooke. Awesome, awesome. Hey, Go-Kart. Hey, Brooke. Hey, Patrice. Hey, Michelle. Hey, Vanessa. Hey, guys. Good to see you. Good to see you guys. Brooke took her exam yesterday and passed. Yay. That's awesome to hear. We have a workshop tomorrow where I'm going to go over all 17 sections of the CPC exam. If you're taking your CCS, CCA, or any AAPC certification exam, it's a great workshop. I'm redoing all the questions from last month's certification workshop, but so I've been working away crazily on that, trying to make sure it's all updated for tomorrow. I don't have any material of my own prepped for today, but I do have some stuff I think we can do. Can borrow from a site and do some of their practice questions, maybe. So I've got some practice exam questions here with rationale. Not sure if 100% they're correct or not. We'll work through them and see if they are, but at least I've got some questions that we can do. CPMA, do you have anything for CPMA? I do. We can even do some of those practice questions today too, if you want to. A lot of people are wanting to do CPMA. Just know there's going to be a whole nother technique on that one, that 40 of the questions are going to have around 40 cases at the end of that exam. So the very first of the exam, they're going to ask you a bunch of laws and regulation exam questions, like, let me see here, what would they ask? They would ask a ton of questions about our advanced directives, ABNs needing to be signed. They ask that question in 15 different ways. They're going to ask about prospective and retrospective audits, proportional sampling, external audits versus a random audit or an internal audit, non-statistical sampling versus focused audits, commercial carrier contracts, some baseline audits, minor audits, a lot of HIPAA, a lot of stuff about therapy, physical therapy, what needs to happen before you can start coding for that. The minimal necessary requirements, differences between fraud and abuse, the Joint Commission standards, all this kind of stuff. They're going to have rapid fire 60 questions. You need to get through those first questions super fast. You need to get through 60 questions in like an hour and a half. You need to really get through those first questions just by looking at the answers and knowing that, you know, how many times, if the answer says biannual, quarterly, or annual, you know that the answer to that question is going to be annual without even reading the question. because how many times does, your doctor's office need to have an annual internal audit? It should be annually. You should know right away what answer you need to pick just based off looking at the answers to any question. All those different subjects that I just rattled off, you really need to practice those practice questions where you're deciding which answer is correct. Like if you see one of the answers that says more objective, then you know right away your answer is going to be external audit is more objective. You know that that is associated with the correct answer for that question. So you really need to get through those first 60 questions just as fast as possible so that you can spend the rest of your time on those 40 cases at the end, because you're going to have to go to each answer and see, and you're going to have to edit which one is correct or wrong or whatever by going and looking up every single code, seeing if they can be coded together, or seeing if the dates of services match the date that was billed. There's just a lot of stuff that's going to slow you down. Making sure that the doctor's signature is correct. A lot of things in those 60 or 40 to 60 audit things at the end are going to be super crazy and super fast. You passed your CPC. Rain of Tears did too. That's awesome. Congratulations. That's on TikTok. A lot of people wanting to do their CPMA after that. That's awesome. Congratulations. Derry Ann says this one is E1010 is the answer. Let's see. Oops, wrong one. I need to click over here. Oh, nope. Show. Yep, perfect. Good job on that one. Let's see what our next question is. So this one is an anesthesia question. I'll move this just a there. And let me see. Government payers, they asked on that CPMA exam something about who controls Medicare. Is it just the federal government or is it federal and state? And then straightforward, automated, complex, detailed, or pattern audits. Those kind of things they might ask about. And the Joint Commission standards. Those things asked about on that exam. A lot of stuff, you've got those 3 or 4 pages in the back of the CPT book that are just available for notes. You can write in back there all the different types of audits, like the random audits, focused audits, internal, external, those kind of things. So you can write in back there and keep them all organized so that you can just turn back there and answer those questions in the beginning of that CPMA exam super quick. Don't forget to write down all the different stuff that goes on with teaching physicians, what can be billed, what can't be billed. I'd make a list of that kind of stuff. Stuff about the FCA, DOJ, how much can be fined per audit finding. Some of it's like $10,000, some of it's $15,000. Just write those different ones down. The Starks law, the federal regulations about that, anti-kickback versus the Starks law, and with the differences between the fines and how many years. Also, there's one question about how you can get one of your fines reduced. What is the condition that you can get it reduced? What needs to happen if you can get your fine reduced? And That's talking about being transparent and coming forth with everything you screwed up on. You can get a ×2 bill instead of a ×3 bill. All those different kinds of audits. Yeah, that's all I can think about is the different types of audits that are often on there. Trying to think of anything else that might be on there. The 40 cases at the end are just like what's in the AAPC study guide. Just exactly like what's on there. There's some things, there's absolutely nothing wrong with anything, and then some things there's just a date of service is wrong, or you've got two codes that can't be coded together because a parenthetical tells you not to, or a guideline right before you start coding those. But what do you guys think the answer is to this anesthesia question? Everybody saying D? This one's C is the correct answer. It says the 11 is a code for cranial surgery. What did we do? We did a vessel surgery in the head, not really cranial. So that's why it's the 16. Aw, thank you, Huckleberry, for saying so. She said her instructor was a waste of money and she learned more here than she did in class. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the roses too, Huckleberry. That's awesome. Does the test contain any PCS coding as well? For the CPMA, not that I'm aware of. The CCS exam is the one that has PCS coding, and I believe the COC exam also does. I'll try to take the COC this year and see if it does. I'm trying to get this to work again because I switched pages, but it hasn't switched the question for you guys, so let me go back to start screen. No. Go back here. There we go. There's our new question. Let me read up on chat here on YouTube. Edith has not opened her CPT book in a while. She needs a boot. Sometimes that's handy dandy. Sometimes that's nice, right? But good job. You got that question right. Sometimes it's good to walk away for a bit, but try not to stay away too long. You know, they're no longer going to have any in-person with paper printed exams anymore as of December 31st. So if you were hoping to get in there and draw on your exam and be able to mark out possible answers while you're doing your exam, this is just the last few months ever that we'll be able to do that. And next year, starting in January, CPC will include some fill in the blanks instead of all A, B, C, D. So it's a good time to get this done before the end of the year. Sylvester ordered the study guide for the CPMA. Perfect. It's exactly what you should get. Awesome, awesome. There's practice exam questions also for like $30 on AAPC website. Be sure and get those too if you can. Super helpful. I like Pocket Prep better, Edith, than I do this one because the questions are too small. You see how small these questions are? They're not in the AAPC format. They're just super small. So this one is B. Not being helpful. Move our question and close this again. There we go. Okay, here's our next one. Oh, you're welcome, Barry. Happy to help, happy to help. Let's see what else is going on in chat. Yeah, I'm sorry, Go Kart. It's just, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. It's not, my screen on OBS isn't changing when my browser screen is changing to the next question. I have to close OBS, go back into it every time I update the question for you. So just expect that's happening. But the stream is going well. It's got all green. I joined light. I think you were talking about CPMA. I was wondering if you had any suggestion on what certificate we should do during the free CPC. I apologize. No, I haven't answered this one yet. And both certificates, the CPMA and I think the other one that AAPC is offering for free, remember that these are going to be only 12-week courses. You only get access to the course for 12 to 16 weeks. They will not give you access for a whole year. So many people can't even finish one of their courses in 1 year, much less in 12 weeks. So be sure you know that before you sign up. And I mean, even if you, it's still, you get a free course and the free study guide, but you only get access to it for 12 to 16 weeks, and then they'll turn it off. So just be sure and get all the practice exam questions and anything else you need out of that course within the 12 weeks, because it won't be there for very long. But you do have a year to take the 2 attempts. I recommend taking the first attempt right away. Just try it and see. Maybe, if you're brave enough, then that way you know what to study for your second attempt. But, some people like to study, real hardcore for the first and second one. But totally up to you guys. Just don't stress too hard if you don't pass your first one. You got another attempt, right? So that's the nice part of that. The other one is also a compliance one. I'm trying to look for it right now. Which one it was. Not free CEUs. No, that's not what I'm looking for. Oh my gosh. There we go. Oh yeah, they got CPCO, the CDO, CPPM, CPMA. I wonder why they say the CDEI course. That's a documentation specialist, is more expensive than any of the other ones. If you want to be a compliance officer, it's a lot like a medical auditor, kind of, sort of. Same sort of thing. You do get the 2 attempts. You get it for 4 months. You're supposed to complete the course within 3 months. That's 12 weeks, but they'll give you an additional extra month, and that's it. So you get it for the 16 weeks for the compliance officer. The PPM, managing a physician's practice. I've done that before. I managed 2 clinics and 2 urgent cares all at the same time. That's on the floor, managing everything from staff not showing up to work to ordering supplies. It's big job. It keeps you on your feet and keeps you there in the office. I don't recommend that if you're looking for remote, work from home job. The compliance officer, the medical auditor, you could do that from home for sure. The compliance officer, yep, you could do that from home. I help home health agencies do compliance, and I can go into their practice one day a week and help them do any training with their staff that they might need, but most of it's done remotely. The CDEI would be a remote job too with your CPC for as far as a documentation specialist. So any of them are fine. Whatever you're interested in, of course, whatever you're passionate about. I, of course, love CPMA. I love auditing, so totally up to you guys, whatever you guys are into. Just as far as wanting a remote job, I would not recommend the CPPM. Yeah. This one, our answer is the Category 2 codes, of course. That's C on that one. Yay, it changed. Thank goodness. All right. This one, dermatitis. We're looking for unspecified and accept food. Yeah, you have to pay for the membership, and you have to have already earned another certificate, I believe. Back when they first did this in 2019, it was 100% free. There was no strings attached. You didn't even have to buy your exam attempt. You do have to buy your exam attempt, which is $499. So you get the course for 12 weeks if you go on and set for the certification exam, which funds their pockets for quite a while, because probably 75% of those people will be too afraid to even take their exam and never do within the year. So yeah, it's pretty expensive, but you do get the course for free, and it would be nice if they threw in the practice exam questions for it too. What's everybody think the answer is? Everybody's saying A. Everybody's saying A. Yep, perfect. Yeah, I like D too. It's all medical terminology. Yep, D, perfect. What about this one? We've got following which is defined as an ultrasound image of the brain. Hey, MK, good to see you. Ultrasound. You know, we're not going to be a graphy. Yep, we're going to be D, perfect. D26 is associated with what? We got two virals, one's nonspecific, one's conjunctivitis. Mumps? Somebody says mumps. CIC is free? I was just on their website and I was reading them off. CPMA, it says you must hold at least one certification valid for U.S. members only. CPMA, CPPM, CDEO, CDEI, CPCO. They do have some coming soon deals. Some more deals coming in 8 days, but that's what I got here so far. And they all expire in 6 days. And then in 8 days, they'll have some more deals come around. You pay $499 to take 2 electronic exams from your house. Yep. I can show you the deals. Hold on. Browser. Here you go. So it's the CPMA that's kind of cut off, but you got to hold at least one certificate valid for U.S. members only. It's these 3. The CPMA is included, and then the CEDI, CPOC, and that's it. They have some other ones coming soon, and just know that, like, if you're going to pick CPMA, you're only going to get the course for, you got to buy $499. You're going to get 2 attempts for the electronic exam only. You're going to get the interactive training course. Sometimes I find these courses are smaller than the original course. I don't know. It feels like it. Some of them only have like 10 chapters. The CPMA last year only had 10 chapters, where some of them were very, very small. Some of them, one of them didn't even have a chapter that I bought one year. It did not even have any chapters. It had one final exam, and that was the entire course. What course was that? That was, where am I at? To go over here to find that. What course was that? I need to go to Blackboard. There was like no course at all. I don't know, maybe I should have called them and asked, but there was just one final exam, and that was their total course. What course was that? Ambulatory Surgery Center Specialty Course. Where is that? That particular CASCC course has absolutely no chapters to it. no course lectures. There are 3 course lectures: ICD-10 overview, a CPT overview, and a most missed concept. And then there's 1 test, which is the final assessment, and that's it. It's an ambulatory surgery assessment. But there is no other practice exam questions or anything else with its course. I wish I could show you guys. Where is this? And another browser. Okay. No, I don't want it to be that. Nope. Properties. Nope, that's just unhelpful. Yeah, this course, I don't know if y'all can see that, but there's nothing to the course. The only thing that there is just 3 lectures and 1 final assessment for the entire course. I thought I'd, see something that was legitimately kind of cool for ambulatory surgeries stuff, but that's all there is those 3 lectures and 1 final exam. That's it. And once you take that exam, you don't get to see it again. You just get a score. So I need to be where I can screenshot this or something. I don't know. And you only get an hour and 20 minutes for the exam, however many questions it is. But yeah, so some of their courses are quite disappointing. You never know what you're going to get. The COC goes on forever. Good God, it's got enough chapters to choke you on. It's ridiculously long. And I'm still on chapter 9 and still haven't even gotten out of the diagnosis codes yet. At all. Yeah. Just ridiculous amount of on and on and on and on and on stuff. But anyway, let's get back to what we were doing before. And get back to our exam. Over here and make that a little bit bigger. And let's see, what does it say? Good. Hey, may I ask what's the difference in the level of surgical pathology? What do you mean? What you're allowed to take with you on the exam is listed on your certification tab on AAPC. Usually it's just a CPT book, your HipPix book, and your ICD-10 book. Sometimes there's extra stuff. The course takes as long as you take to get through it. It's all self-paced. That's okay, relax. I kind of want to study billing part side of it, of these courses. That's cool. If you like billing, go for it. It's hard to be motivated on those online courses. Girl, you ain't telling me nothing. Yep, we need to find some way to motivate each other to get through them. I have some videos on YouTube for you that show you how to pass the course super fast and easy, so that you can get through it really, really quickly, and save exactly what you need. Mumps is correct on this one too, by the way. Here's your next one. There's nothing in assignments either. Nope, not a thing. You're new to my channel and you came to my computer to find more about coding meetings in the past, and I found your live. I signed up for your class tomorrow. Awesome. I hope you enjoy the class tomorrow. I'm going to go in the same pace that we need to be for your certification exam, so it's super fast. I can't stay long on each question to do a lot of explaining why the answer is what it is, like I do in these lives. But it's a great way to see 75 questions, and the replay is super valuable because then you could pause the screen, try to work out the question yourself, and then see what the answer is, make notes in your books afterwards. The replay is really valuable on that, but hopefully you enjoy. We're going to go over all 17 sections of the CPC exam tomorrow, and I'll have a few questions from each section, and I'm hopefully finding some super tricky ones that y'all haven't seen before. I can't help but teach some things. I know I've got some things in there that I want to show you that might be on your exam, that I want to teach you to look for. So there is some teaching on it, but hopefully we'll get. Last month I did like 92 questions in 3 hours and like 15 minutes. I don't think I'll be that fast this time, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm trying to get down all the questions and get it all formatted and ready for you guys for in the morning. But it should be a fun time. And you really get to realize and see how fast you're going to have to be for each question on the exam. Thank you, Go-Kart. Emma passed her exam too. The OS question, was it on there? You passed your exam. The first question was OS, and if it wasn't for you, I would not have known about that. Followed by the Luna, Lunula. That's awesome. So in case y'all don't know, the OS means opening of the cervix, right? And then the Luna is the fingernail bed. I bet you looked at that and just giggled and said, I got Jen on my shoulder and she's going to have me pass. That's awesome. Yay. That's fantastic. I'm so glad. Well, I didn't know for sure. I just saw somebody else post it on AAPC's website of what they saw on their exam, and I just relayed what they said. Technically, we're not supposed to do that, but that's exciting to hear. So exciting. I do post free CEU stuff in my Discord group, which is totally free for you guys. I posted one today actually in there, and I think it was Lieberman's, and they do both AHIMA and AAPC CEU. So, yeah. My workshops do not come with CEUs. I'm not an AAPC instructor yet. You have to pay them. Last I looked was $3,500 a year to be an instructor with their material, and I don't really like, I mean, I don't know. That's a lot of money if I want to be an instructor. So I don't know if I want to do that. But it would give you guys CEUs, which would be helpful for you guys. I don't know. It's just a big chunk of money for them every year. So maybe one of these days I'll look into that. AAPC does not recognize the new codes till January 1st. AHIMA does recognize the new code, so I'm not sure if their exam changes as of October 1st, but I've already got some documents up. I've been working on the ICD-10 guidelines. I found one new guideline in the COVID section, but so far the guidelines for ICD-10 are pretty much the same, but there's one little update so far that I found. And I'm working on those. I already have a document up that if you want to change your ICD-10 book into a 2024 document, you can get that. There are some new codes, and I've already seen AAPC use the new ICD-10 codes in their magazine articles in practice questions for September. So I know they're going to update those practice exam questions and our certification exam questions as of January 1st with the new ICD-10 codes. But you can write them in. I did it already to my 2023 ICD-10 book. You just fill them in, and I've got a printout of them for you so that you can just go handwrite them in there if you want to. You got the Lieberman's CEU yesterday. Awesome. Great, Edith. That's perfect. What did y'all think about this answer? Did y'all do C? Which organ is secondarily retroperitoneal? I've never taken the CCS, so if we wanted to go over to the domains of CCS, we can go over to the AHIMA website. AHIMA CCS exam. I wonder how much they charge to be an instructor there and give you CEUs. I wonder if it's any cheaper than AHIMA or AAPC. I doubt it. They're always just as expensive. Let's see. You have to have the exam outline, download it. So it looks like their domain 1 is all that coding knowledge right there. Regulatory, procedural, addressing coding edits, reimbursements, a lot more billing stuff than CPC. Domain 2 is coding documentation. You got to review and address health record discrepancies, so it's kind of like a CPMA included. Then you have to do domain 3, which is query your doctor, more analyzing and querying your doctor opportunities, whether you need to or not. And then number 4, domain 4 is more regulatory and compliance stuff. Can I get this to go? No, that didn't work. And it's to ensure the integrity of the records, payer, HIPAA guidelines, and UHDDS, Uniform Hospital
Anointed
Discharge
Vessel
there's 4 domains,
586 donated $1.49 through
and
Super
biller
Chat.
included with the coding stuff, it looks like. Behind the kidney, you guess? Hey, Anointed, good to see you. Thank you so much for donating the super chat. You are awesome as always. Thank you so much. We got duodenum. Let's see, duodenum is correct. That's perfect. What about this one? When coding medical necessity must be established through what? How's Anointed doing? I'm going to toss a free subscription in there since Anointed paid for half of it anyway. I'll pay for the other half, and let's see who wins. Ann Roberts. She just won a certificate. Well, my access to all my exclusive videos on YouTube. I have CPT and ICD-10 and guideline book prep videos, all my old workshops. If they're older than 90 days, you get access to those, and the podcast where I'm reading out the CPT book. I hope that helps out. Tomorrow's 2 o'clock Arizona time zone. So right now it is almost 7 p.m. here in Arizona, so you can figure out what time that is your location. 2 p.m. Arizona time zone. Everybody saying chart documentation. Chart documentation is correct. Good job. See about this one. Which PCS code for you CCS people is associated with mental health? Electroconvulsive therapy. Hey, Ibis. Good to see you. I don't know if I'm mountain. I don't know. Arizona doesn't really have a time zone. I think Central is an hour after that. I think so. It could be 2 hours after that. It could be 4 o'clock. I don't know. Ooh, I wished I knew. They're crazy with all these time zones. Just say in Google search, what time is it in my area if it's 2 p.m. in Arizona? That'll tell you. It's almost 9 Central, so it's 2 hours then, right? Yeah. You're Eastern, it's almost 10 p.m. Ooh. I wouldn't do CCA. I would do either CCS or CPC. Either one of those are really good. Those are the ones that job employers are always looking for, is CCS or CPC. Universally, it wouldn't matter. Whichever one you want to go for, it's going to be the B. Which of these sets of codes is for endoscopic procedures? Probably CPC is a little bit easier than CCS, I think, but I could be wrong. Thank you, Anointed. You're awesome.
Anointed Vessel 586 donated $1.99
Blondie, it's in a
through
different
Super
book
Chat.
that you don't have. It's called PCS. That question is for CCS people, not for CPC. They have 4 books, where we have 3 books. What about this question? Which one of these sets of codes does endoscopic procedures? You're welcome, Blondie. Yeah, I haven't seen books in the doctor's offices in like 10 years. The books are strictly needed for your certification exam. Perfect. Perfect. What do you guys think on this one? Everybody going with C? Yep, injury and poisoning. That one's too easy. Gosh, some of these are just way too easy. Okay. Chemotherapy procedure. Which one is a chemotherapy procedure? 40, 46, 50, or 49? We've got 3 that are in the 40s. Which one's chemotherapy? 49. 49, everybody going with D? It's an unlisted chemotherapy. 50 is chemotherapy delivery into the central nervous system. Spinal procedure though. But 49 is the unlisted one. Yep. Perfect. D 50 through 89 is under what general category? We still under neoplasms for that? Autoimmune. Perfect. Good job. Which of the following procedures related to fractures is not coded correctly? Oh, that's a good one. Let's see. This is for PCS people. CPC will not be able to do these. Who am I under? I'm under AAPC, a CPC H exam. Huh. That's so funny. Anybody got the PCS book? We got two of them that say the word open. Reduction, so I would probably pick one of those. The nail. Let's see. I would pick one of those just because of the similarity, and they are saying it is B. So even if you didn't know nothing, just pick one of the two that are the similar and then flip a coin. All right, guys, I gotta run. I gotta go pick up James from his place where he's at right now. I'm sorry about this being so short, but I hope you guys are gonna be around for tomorrow for the workshop. I'll see y'all in just a few hours, actually.